So let's start today's training session for Huawei Cloud Campus Solution. Okay. So before we start, okay, these are some of the basic knowledge requirement for you guys. Okay. In order for you to understand the whole training session, you must have some routing and switching basic knowledge, security basic knowledge, WLAN basic knowledge, and some of the basic knowledge for our Huawei Cloud Engine S series switches, AR series router, our firewall, and our WLAN product. Okay, so you must have all this knowledge in order to understand what are we going to explain to you in later training. Okay. Next, so these are some of the reference and learning materials. Okay. First, okay, you can access the learning materials in our Huawei Carrier Certification HCIP Datacom Campus Network Planning and Deployment. Okay. So if you want to learn the Cloud Campus solution or everything yourself, you can access this web page. Okay. And after you enter, you just select certification, CIP Datacom Campus Network Planning and Deployment, and you will find the learning materials. Okay. At here, we also have the link. So don't worry, later on this slide will be sent to you guys, so you guys can refer back to this. Okay. And for documentation for Huawei Cloud Campus Solution, okay, you can get the document inside our support website. Okay, our support website. Okay, after you enter the support website, you just need to select Enterprise Networking, Network Solution, Cloud Campus Solution. Okay, inside you will able to find the solution document. And also in support website, you can also find the product documentation. So in case you need more details for the Cloud Campus, you can search it from here. Okay. So I will not go through one by one with you for this one. So you can refer back later on. So these are some of the content for today's training. Okay. So first we will go through some of the Cloud Campus solution overview. So in this part, okay, we will discuss about the architecture, okay, for the Cloud Campus, and we will explain about the solution that we have inside our Cloud Campus. And after that, we will talk about some introduction for NCE-Campus and NCE-CampusInsight. So at this part, we'll talk about the features. Okay, the features that we have inside the NCE-Campus and some of the features that we have inside the CampusInsight. And after that, we'll talk about the three solution that we have inside the Cloud Campus. Okay, so let's proceed with the first part, Cloud Campus solution overview. Okay, so basically here we have the Cloud Campus solution architecture. Okay, so in Cloud Campus, the Cloud Campus is made up of two components. The first one is the NCE Campus. Okay, another one is NCE Campus Insight. Okay, so actually the NCE Campus, we also call it as controller. And the Campus Insight, we call it as analyzer. So what is the function for controller? The controller, okay, is responsible for the management and control. Okay, so basically our NCE Campus, we use the protocol, we call it as netconf yang, okay, to manage all the devices, okay, using our NCE Campus. And beside this, it will also send configuration, okay, config to all the devices. That's why we call our NCE Campus as controller. Okay. And another thing is our CampusInsight. Okay. So why we call our CampusInsight as analyzer? Okay. Why? It's because our CampusInsight will collect information. Okay. It will collect information from our devices. Okay. Collect all the information. And then it will analyze all the data and display in GUI. Okay, so you are able to view the whole network information. Okay, for example, when there is some error occur in the network, you are able to view inside our CampusInsight. Okay, So for this, we will explain in more details later on. Okay, so basically in our cloud campus, we are able to achieve rapid network provisioning, fast service provisioning, and quick intelligent O&M. Okay, by rapid network provisioning is we have this function, we call it as device plug and play. Okay, by device plug and play, we means that, for example, we have our network, okay, network, and we have a new device, maybe a new switch connecting to this network. And then this network, we have our NCE. Okay, so when this switch is connected to this network, it will automatically register with our NCE. Okay, how it automatically register is in our network, we configure something called DHCP option 148. Okay, so this DHCP option will provide the switch IP address of NCE. So once the switch receives this IP, it will automatically register with NCE, and our NCE will automatically send the configuration to our switch. So this is what it means by plug and play. So you don't need to configure anything, just from NCE-Campus, okay, it will send all the configuration to our devices. Okay, and from this, actually our NCE-Campus or Cloud Campus help to simplify the network deployment, where we have all the network resource pool inside our NCE-Campus. Okay, so all the IP address, all the VLANs, interconnection VLANs is configured on our NCE-Campus. So, okay, the device will automatically get this information and configure to the switch. And the second things or features that we have in Cloud Campus is fast service provisioning. Okay, basically we can achieve this fast service provisioning by free mobility, intelligent terminal identification, and intelligent HQoS. And for quick intelligence O&M, we have real-time experience visualization, precise file analysis, and intelligent network optimization. Okay, for now, don't worry for this one. I will explain in more details later on. So for now, you just need to know that we have all these features. Okay, so let's proceed to the next slide. So at here, we have the Cloud Campus solution components. So basically in our Cloud Campus solution, we will have the controller and analyzer. As I mentioned before, the NCE-Campus is the controller and the Campus Insight is the analyzer. And these are the device that we will use in Cloud Campus solution. Basically for router, usually we will use the Net Engine 5G AR for the router for SD-WAN solution. Okay, and for firewall, we will usually use the USG 6300, 6500, 6600, and 6700 series. Okay, and for switches, usually we use the S series switches, the Campus S series switches, to either become the core, the aggregation, okay, AGG, or the SS switch. Okay, and lastly, for Wi-Fi 6, we will have our Air Engine Wi-Fi 6 devices, which is used for WLAN network. Okay, so these are all the components that we have inside the Cloud Campus solution. Okay, basically, this in our Cloud Campus, we have three types of scenario. Okay, the first type, okay, we have here is simple service campus. The second is multi-service campus, and the third type is multi-branch interconnection campus. Okay, for simple service campus, customer usually needs, okay, just need simplify device management and user authentication. Okay, so in this scenario, customer only need our NCE-Campus to provide management, okay, to monitor all the devices, only monitor and provide user access authentication. Okay, in this scenario, okay, we will introduce the first solution that we have here is the cloud management solution. Okay, so in this cloud management solution, we will mainly focus on monitoring and user access only throughout the network. Okay, and there's another scenario that we have. Okay, the second scenario, which is the multi-service campus. Basically, in this second scenario, customer will need, okay, they will require okay, we require our network. For example, we have one physical network, okay, one physical network. This is the physical network. And then inside this physical network, we have a lot of different terminal or different service, such as maybe PC or maybe IP phone, okay. And then maybe we have another CCTV and a lot different more services. And customer want all these services to be isolate with each other, okay, isolate with each other. So in this case, we have the multiple service campus. And in this case, in order to achieve this, we have our second solution, which is the VXLAN based campus virtualization solution. Okay, so now there is the third scenario that we have, which is the multi-branch interconnection campus. Okay, so in this case, usually we will have the HQ and some branch, okay, branch network. Okay, and branch network in between the HQ and branch, it will go through the WAN network, okay, using SD-WAN. And then behind all the branch, we have the VXLAN network, okay, which is this one, the VXLAN network. Okay, so in this case, we will use the third solution, which is the LAN-WAN convergence solution. Okay, so overall, we have three types of solution in CloudCampus. The first one, cloud management, okay, just for management, for manage and monitoring. And then we have the second solution, VXLAN based campus virtualization. Okay, this one we are able to achieve isolation between services. And lastly, we have the LAN-WAN convergence. Okay, we have the SD-WAN combined with the VXLAN. SD-WAN for WAN and VXLAN for LAN. Okay, basically we have these three types of solution inside our cloud campus. So, okay, next, after introducing the solution, we have three types of deployment modes inside our cloud campus. The first one is on-premise. The second is Huawei public cloud. The third one is MSP owned cloud. So what is the difference between all this? On-premise, okay, on-premise deployment mode is the customer purchase its own software. Basically, the customer purchase the NCE-Campus and then also the campus inside, and they deploy it inside their data center. Okay, so once this NCE-Campus is deployed in their data center, they will use this NCE to manage, okay, manage their own devices. It will only use to manage their own devices, and this NCE is deployed on their data center. Usually, the customer who will use this kind of scenario is the government, education, or maybe large enterprise, retail, or finance. Okay. So for the second deployment mode we have here is the Huawei public cloud deployment mode. So for Huawei public cloud deployment mode is instead the NCE is deployed in customer side. Now our NCE, okay, NCE is deployed in Huawei HQ. Okay, so now this NCE is deployed in Huawei HQ. So what customer do is customer purchase the network services, okay, from Huawei. Okay, so now customer will buy the services. It will buy a tenant account. Okay, tenant account. So we will have our NCE-Campus URL. So the user or customer will access this URL from the internet. Okay, internet, and then it will log in. Okay, log into their account, and then from this URL and then account, it will able to manage all their network devices through the internet. Okay, through internet. Okay, and then the last deployment mode that we have is the MSP owned cloud. So this one, MSP owned cloud, is actually similar to Huawei public cloud. Instead, the NCE we will deploy in MSP or carrier DC. So for example, maybe Vodafone. Okay, Vodafone, maybe Vodafone buy the NCE from Huawei and deploy it in their data center. Okay, they deploy in their data center. So now Vodafone will be the owner of the NCE, and customer, okay, customer will buy the service with Vodafone. So again, customer will access the NCE campus through Vodafone network, and then use the NCE to manage their own devices. So okay, so now you can see we have three scenarios. On-premise means that the NCE is on customer own data center. For Huawei public cloud, the NCE will be at Huawei HQ, and for NSP own cloud, the NCE will be at the carrier on the NS belongs to the MSP. Okay, so these are the three deployment modes. Okay, so these are the features panorama. So basically, here are the features that supported in different deployment modes. Okay, so in on-premise scenario, all the feature will be supported. Okay, but for Huawei public cloud scenario and MSP owned cloud scenario, our NCE or Cloud Campus does not support VXLAN, and we doesn't support free mobility. Okay, and we doesn't support the management for firewall, CIS. Okay, CIS for firewall. So for these three, it's not supported in public cloud and MSP owned cloud scenario. Okay, so don't worry about all these features. I will explain in details later on. So for now, you need to know that there are some features which are not supported in these two scenarios. Okay, so let's go through, okay, briefly for the first solution. The first solution we have here is the cloud management. Okay, so these are the overall architecture for cloud management solution for Cloud Campus. Basically, at here we have three layers. The first layer is application. The second layer is cloud management platform. The third layer is the multi-tenant network. Okay, basically at the cloud management platform, we will have our NCE. Okay, or Cloud Campus, or we call it Cloud Campus. Okay, so our Cloud Campus, you use netconf, or you can also use SNMP. Okay, for traditional management, but usually we prefer using netconf. Okay, you will use netconf to manage all the devices and under the multi-tenant network. And besides our NCE, we also use northbound MPI to communicate to third-party application such as the authentication and accounting server, smart classroom, eSchool bag, ESL. Okay, so all these server or application, okay, we'll use the northbound API to get some data, such as maybe the configuration data, okay, maybe the syslog data, and others. Okay, so application can work with our NCE campus through northbound API to get all the information required. So these are the overall architecture for cloud management. Okay, so the second solution, which is the VXLAN based campus virtualization, also the VXLAN scenario. Basically, this solution allow us to create different virtual network, okay, inside single physical network. Okay, so how we do it is, okay, you can see that we have our core switch, aggregation, and maybe we have our access switch. Okay, access switch. So in between all these switches, we will run the VXLAN. Okay, so in VXLAN, we are able to create different VN. VN, it is also called as virtual network. Okay, VN also called as virtual network. Okay, so each virtual network is actually isolate with each other. Okay, they are isolate logically with each other. So in this case, we can have different service for each virtual network. For example, for office use for PC, we can connect to virtual network 1. We have video conference called virtual network 2, and we have CCTV for virtual network 3. So in this case, we are able to isolate all these service, and we are able to guarantee the security between each services. Okay, so the main benefit of this solution is we are able to achieve multiple service carried on single network. And beside this, in this solution, we able to achieve automated physical network deployment, automated VM provisioning, and automatic service policy. So basically, from NCE Campus, you can automatically send the configuration for VXLAN, okay? And we can automatically send the configuration of VN, and we can automatically send the configurations for service policy, okay? So these are some of the benefits for this solution. So the third solution that we have inside our cloud campus is LAN-WAN convergence. Okay, for LAN-WAN convergence, basically we have our LAN. Okay, for example, here we have headquarter, we have branch 1, branch 2. So here is our LAN. So inside our LAN network, we will use the VXLAN, okay, solution. And between the headquarter and CPE, we will have our SD-WAN solution. Okay, SD-WAN solution. So by combining these both, we have the LAN-WAN convergence. So the main benefit of this one is we can improve the deployment efficiency, and we have able to introduce SD-WAN policy, improving application experience, and we have one platform reducing customer investment. So basically, by using NCE Campus, okay, you can configure all these things just by logging in to our NCE Campus. So you don't need to log into each device to configure maybe the routing, the BGP, the OSPF. Okay, you don't need to log in all the device one by one using console. You can done all the configuration just on our NCE Campus. Okay, so this is one of the benefit for our LAN-WAN convergence solution. Okay, beside the 3 types of solution, actually we have one more extra solution. Okay, just minor features is our cloud campus able to support POL management. Okay, basically here it means that our cloud campus can also manage GPON devices such as OLT, okay, and ONT or ONU. Okay, so by managing all these devices, okay, we can achieve zero touch provisioning and OMM free passive network. Basically on NC Campus, you can configure all the OLT and all the ONU, okay, on our NC Campus. So you no need to configure using console. You can run it in our NC using the ZTP provision. So these are the 4th solution. But basically the main 3 solution will be, the first one is cloud management. Okay, the second one will be the VXLAN virtualization solution, and the third one is the LAN-WAN. So basically these are the main 3 solutions that you need to know for cloud campus. Okay, so we finish for the first part for campus solution overview. Okay, next let's go into the iMaster NCE Campus Introduction.